Good morning, everybody. It is your friend and bluegill fisherman, Tony. Back out of Pride Lake this morning. It's a little before 6 a.m. You can tell by the shoreline here how far the water has receded. I usually fish up there, just in front of where my chair is sitting. And this is how far the water has receded. So the ground down here is dried out enough to be able to stand on without sinking too far into it. Once again, fishing a jig with a crappie nibble, power bait crappie nibble, using a chartreuse color crappie nibble, and blue and silver crappie body with a yellowish chartreuse color tail, almost the same color as the crappie nibble. Jig head is a 1/32 ounce at the moment. Yellow head, black and red eye combination. And I'm fishing a 4-pound test off my favorite ultralight pole, the Shakespeare Ugly Stick, a 5-foot long ugly stick. With a Shakespeare ultralight reel. Got about 2 to 2.5 feet a leader beneath a bobber. The bobber has some beads in it, so it generates a little noise and vibration on the retrieve. And this is going to be cast number 1 of the morning. And let's see how we do. It took several casts in several different directions to produce the first bite. And the first bite is less than 10 feet offshore. But it was just a quick little hit. Probably just a tiny bluegill. Oh, missed him. Got him. First fish of the day. It took an hour. An hour of jigging, no go. Second cast with a worm. And got this little bluegill. Not a keeper. But it's a fish. All right, time for prayer and Bible reading. See you in about a half hour, 45 minutes. All right, I just finished up morning devotions. It's a time I spend every morning, Monday through Saturday, live on my other YouTube channel, in which I read aloud from the Bible. And I have friends from around the world, fellow Christians, from, let's see, who was there this morning? We had Canada, the Netherlands, England, Australia, and parts throughout the United States today joining us. And we read Psalm 111 through Psalm 118. I commend that to you today as a great source of encouragement. All right, before I left you all to do that, I had put a waxworm, switched out from a jig to use a waxworm, couple of feet underneath the bobber, and immediately caught a small bluegill. I spent an hour jigging to no avail, and so now I'm just going to worms. So let's see if they're still out there. Yep, there he goes. The bite on worms is decidedly different than the bite on jigs. Worms, the fish will just toy with them, nibble at them, The jigs, they seem to take with reckless abandon. But I still got, oh, there he goes. Yep, first cast back, first fish. Yeah, he feels like a little tugger there. Oh, lost him. Oh, oh. I love fishing. I love fishing. I'll work these waxworms for a little bit, and then I'll switch to redworms. Just keep changing things. With bluegill and crappie, you just keep changing and changing and changing until you find what they want. It's different than catfish, or you can just put a dough ball out there on the bottom of the pond or the lake and sit there and wait. Bluegill and crappie, more so crappie than bluegill, sometimes you got to work. There we go. Got him. Yeah, not a bad one. Not a bad bluegill. Yea ho, little fish, don't cry, don't cry. Yea ho, little fish, don't cry, don't cry. Actually, he fought a lot bigger than he was. There he goes. Got him. Yeah, I could do this all day. I'm not so concerned about the size. I love the fight of a bluegill on ultralight tackle. Not big enough to keep, but big enough to enjoy. Well, if I catch one on this cast, this will be the third fish on this little waxworm. There he goes. Got him. Well, that didn't take long. Well, it looks like waxworm is the answer. I mean, the fish are smaller. Fish are smaller on waxworms than they are when I'm fishing jigs. But they're big enough to enjoy. There's the third fish. Third fish on that little waxworm. Let's try to get number 4. Oh, got him. Oh, wow. What are we here? Are you bluegill? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Wow, you definitely fought bigger than you are. That's not a bad one, though. That's closer to keeper. That's closer to keeper there. And that is the 4th fish on the same little waxworm. Dare we try number 5? There he goes. Got him. That's the 5th fish on what can be described now as what's left of a waxworm. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Little weight to that one. Why not? Let's try 6. Alright, so for those of you who might be new to this whole bluegill fishing thing, that's a waxworm. Just a little grub looking thing. They're very soft. Their exteriors are pretty durable, so they're good on a hook. And as I've shown, you can catch several fish off the same worm. There he goes. Got him. Yea, ho, little fish, don't cry, don't cry. Yea, ho, little fish. Oh, he swallowed it. There we go. There we go. There he goes. Got him. Been several casts since I got one. He's not a biggie though. Oh no, he's close to a keeper. Not bad. Wow. Just barely lipped him. There you go. Oh. What was that? Yeah, that was a bite. Got him. Yeah, bluegill. Again, bluegill pound for pound. Fight. A lot harder than... Got some water in my mouth. Yuck. Fight a lot harder than crappie. Thing about fishing with worms, though, is that sometimes you lose more fish. Oh, that was good. You lose more fish because they have a tendency to swallow the bait more, and sometimes you cut their gill plates or their gills rather, damage them inside, and they end up dying. So it's good to hook them as quick as you can so that they don't swallow the bait. Not a bad one. Oh, there he goes. Come on. I don't think... Got him. Nice little pull on that one. Come on. There you go. There you go. Yeah, you're fighting good. Yeah, you're a nice one. Oh, you're a nice one. Oh, yeah, there's a nice one. There's a nice one. Oh, settle down. Settle down. Yeah. These fins will get you, man. There we go. There we go. Ouch. Ouch. That's a nice one. Got him. Yeah, well, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Hey, pretty fishy. Nope. Got him. Oh, got him. There we go. That's a nice one.